Hello everybody. Woo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Aigbefo. I am a self-service coach, an educator, and of course a positive and a lifestyle advocate. Here, so I want to talk about emotional intelligence for visionaries. Emotional intelligence for visionaries. As you all know, visionaries are known to be people with visions, people with purpose, people that have dreams, aspirations, they have visions. Now, coming down to emotional intelligence, you should know the meaning of emotional intelligence. Of course, emotional intelligence is just the ability. It's a very necessary skill for every visionary. If you're a visionary, if you're someone that has visions, you have dreams, you have aspirations, you have purpose, you should understand what emotional intelligence means, because every person needs the skill. It's a very necessary skill. It's a skill of necessity for everybody. So emotional intelligence is a very simple term. It's a very simple thing that I feel and I believe that everybody, be you a parent, be you an entrepreneur, be you a leader, be you a visionary, you are expected to have the skill. You're expected to understand the basics of emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence is just you being able to identify your emotions, you being able to understand your emotions, you being able to, assess your emotions, and at the same time regulate or control these emotions. Now, you are not just identifying and regulating your own emotion, you are also identifying and regulating the emotions of others and also that of groups. Now, of course, visionaries, you are meant to have this high Q, but you see, you need EQ, that's emotional quotient. You need emotional intelligence, because without emotional intelligence, there's not going to be success in whatever vision you feel you have. Are you listening? Without emotional intelligence skill, there's not going to be success anywhere. Go and make your research. Go find out those great leaders, those great visionaries, those that have brought out the vision, that have, achieved things. Ask them how, what was their success. I tell you, 80% of adult success boils down to emotional intelligence. So for you to have a vision, for you to put out the vision, for you to actualize your vision, then you need to have emotional intelligence. I say it again, no emotional intelligence, no success in whatever vision you feel you have got. You want a difference in the world, you want a better place, you want a better world. Of course, that's a vision, definitely. So you must have the skill. This skill is of necessity. Have the skill. Now, if there is a lack in emotional intelligence, I tell you, you will be limited in the area of managing yourself and also in the area of your vision execution. If there is a lack, so you have to make sure that you are not lacking in emotional intelligence. This is a very important skill that I feel many people are blind to, many visionaries are blind to. Once their eyes are being opened to this truth, then they will see a change in their vision execution, in how they manage themselves and others. Of course, visionaries need people. I don't know how people do it, but we need people to succeed. We need people to actually actualize our visions, our dreams, our aspirations. You cannot make it. You cannot make it all by yourself. You need people around you. Now, how do you get those people? How do you roll with these people? Of course, that is where emotional intelligence comes in, because you're going to be dealing with emotions, and managing people is it's a very difficult task. That if you are not trained in, or if you don't understand how to regulate emotions, there's going to be a problem. You're going to face a whole lot of challenges. Now, I'm talking to you because I've had experience in managing people. I've had a whole lot of experience that it has even gotten to my health that I began to have a high blood pressure because I never knew how to manage people. Now, visionaries, you need people to make this your vision come true. You need people to make your dreams come true. Now you need emotional intelligence so that you can know how to manage people, you can know how to connect with people. Get a strong AI skill. Get a strong AI skill. Now, of course, as a visionary, you are definitely going to go through stress. Trust me. Nobody's going to come tell you that having a vision and executing these visions, bringing your visions into, your visions coming into fulfillment. It's going to be so smooth, no stress. You will just sit down, relax. That's an error. That's big error. So just crash that. You're going to go through stress. Yes, you're going to go through stress. Now, AI, once you have this AI skill is the foundation for dealing with and managing any kind of stress. Name it. Is it people managing stress? Is it a project execution stress? Get AI. Understand the basics of emotional intelligence. And I tell you, executing your projects, fulfilling your visions, it's going to play out pretty much, fine. There might be a kind of, there might be one hit here and there. But once you understand the skill, you would know how. Now, this AI skill is not going to erase the stress. It's not going to erase any probably difficulty or so, but it's going to help you to know how to grow. To know how to grow past whatever injuries, whatever stress. So AI is the foundation for dealing with any form of stress. Now, visionaries, you have to be very skilled in emotional intelligence. You have to be skilled in identifying emotions. Now, let me tell you that there are no bad emotions. We only have positive and negative emotions. And it is very much fine. It is fine when you put out your emotions. Now, your emotions you're putting out is not the problem, but how are you able to regulate these emotions? How are you able to manage these emotions? That is where the challenge comes in. Managing these emotions. Now, for you as a visionary, you have to be skilled in identifying emotions. You have to be skilled in using these emotions. You have to be skilled in understanding these emotions. And you also have to be skilled in regulating these emotions. I said you need to understand and be skilled in identifying emotion, be skilled in using emotions. You have to be skilled in understanding emotion. At the same time, you have to be very much skilled in regulating emotion. Don't forget this, regulating, control, regulating. Very important, because you don't just put out emotions there. You have to know how to control these emotions. Yeah, so you have to understand self-awareness as a visionary. Visionary, of course, for you to have a vision, that means you are becoming to know who exactly you are. You are becoming to understand what you're actually called to do. Understand self-awareness, understand how to manage yourself. You understand your vision, understand how to manage your vision, understand social awareness, understand social skill. Like I said earlier, you need people. You need people, definitely. So you must know how to manage people. You must know how to manage people and their emotions, how to connect with them. Yes, you need people. You need this social skill. You need to know how to be out there. You need to know how to connect, how to relate, how to keep a relationship moving. You need relationship management. At the same time, you need empathy. Yes. For you to be a visionary, it's not a joke to be a visionary. It's not a joke. Therefore, understand these basics. Understand what it takes to run a vision. You need emotional intelligence. Things will be thrown at you from left, right, front, back. You have things being thrown at you. Now, how are you able to get these things and fix them? How? So understand emotional intelligence. Be able to identify, the ability to identify, to assess, and also to control or regulate emotions. Now, mind you, you are responsible for how you carry out your vision. How you carry out your vision it shouldn't be my problem. It's nobody's business, nobody's problem. It is you. So you have to take responsibility for how you carry out your vision. And that is why you should understand emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence skill will help you to carry out your vision. It will help you on how you behave. It will help you on how you think. And it will help you on how you feel. Be conscious of whatever emotion you let out. As a visionary, if you are not careful with the kind of emotion you let out, your vision might die down. That's a fact. We are looking at emotion as it's just a word. So emotion is not just a word. It's a very powerful word. We are human beings. We are meant to put out emotions. Be you a leader, be you a big boss, or whatever it is you are. You have emotions, you have feelings, and you at some point in time you let out these emotions. Now, as a visionary, you have a vision, you have a purpose, you have a direction. How do you let out these emotions so that these emotions will not crumble you, so that these emotions will not bring you down? Like I said earlier, there are no bad emotions. Every kind of emotion is welcome. Now, the most important thing is, how do you manage? How do you regulate these emotions? Now, there's this popular saying by Daniel Goleman. He said, what really matters for success, character, happiness, and life, and lifelong achievements is a definite set of emotional skills, and not just purely IQ, not just purely cognitive ability. What matters? Let me say this again. Please understand the point I'm trying to drive at. Like I said, the most important thing, what really matters for success as a visionary, for your happiness, for character, for lifelong achievements, is not just your cognitive ability, it's not just your IQ, not just what about what you know upstairs, but EQ, emotional quotient, emotional intelligence. So I'm going to plead that as a visionary, make sure you have this emotional intelligence skill. Make sure you are skilled in emotional intelligence, highly skilled in emotional intelligence. And trust me, once you are skilled in this, once you are skilled in this aspect of life, then trust me, your visions are going to play out so well. You're going to come out so well. You're going to get successful at the end. Don't forget that you need people. Make sure you are able to identify people's emotion. You are able to also regulate and control these emotions. Do well in your vision, and I believe that you're going to be great. Your vision will come out great and wonderful. Yeah, trust me. So thank you once again. Thank you for listening. Of course, I'm Aigbefo. I'm a self-service coach.